All right, guys. Day 26. Just working on some upper body mobility and doing my best to get a little bit better. While I'm taking a little rest. And I'll get the other side too. Oh, it's funny, just being a little bit tired today. I'm trying to move slowly through this little workout. Um, it's really not a lot of work. I just realize how tired I am today. Um, I am going to be taking it easy. The other thing is, I'm still going to go to jujitsu today. I'm just going to do my best to kind of, I guess, use technique and not, maybe I'm not rolling today. Or we'll see if I get there, I get kind of turned up a bit and will feel like moving. So, working on stretching my shoulders right now. I'm going to do another round of what I just did, and I guess I'm ready. So today I'm a little bit down. Just energy and mood is a little bit low today. Just working on some mobility stretches and trying to do at least something. I wasn't really feeling like doing a workout today at all. I got up early, did some treadmill, just walking. I'm still gonna get my 10,000 steps today. Right now, just working on taking my time through this workout. A lot of the times I feel a little bit awkward and I probably rush through things. So since I'm a little bit tired, today I'm going to focus mostly on technique. So when I go to class, I go to jiu-jitsu today. I'm just going to work on the technique and all the little steps. Maybe I'm going to go at like 60% today. And who knows, once I get there and I start to warm up, maybe I'll feel better and start to do some good work. So, like, just getting back into things, it's been almost overwhelming. I do feel pretty good as like the whole, not where I would like to be, obviously. I still have lots of work to do. Running and walking and running, even just walking on the treadmill is still a little bit challenging. Just looking at the progression, so within a year from now, where am I going to be? Like, how am I going to feel? Ideally, I would like to be a little bit lighter. Right now, I'm just starting out, weighing around 95 kilos. My goal for next year will be 84 kilos. I don't think it's an unreasonable number, and we'll see how it goes. If you're going for pounds, it's similar to like 95 kilos would be roughly 212 pounds. If you go 84 kilos, it's about 185 pounds. I'm sort of plus or minus. I'm just going in between that range of weight for me for this whole year. That would be I would consider that a success. My other way that I'm going to be measuring success is how are my 3-mile runs doing, and how are my 5K, like my 5-kilometer race pace days, how are they doing? I'm going to do probably one every 6 weeks or so. Hopefully we get some nice weather soon. I can go to the track or run outside. I have a 5-kilometer or a 3-mile loop that I like, and just working on progressing through that loop outside is a lot more enjoyable than trying to do it on a treadmill. My treadmill is pretty good. I have an assault runner, so it's not like a motor. It doesn't have a motor or anything. You just self-propel yourself, and the harder you run, the harder it makes you work. I like it. So now I'm just gonna do some stuff for my physio and finish up. So today I'm a little bit beat up. So I'm just trying to work on the things I can work on without being too taxed. Sometimes when I do little stretches, and I've noticed taking my time through each position, I seem to get a little bit of an energy boost after I sort of relax and hydrate and stick to a plan. So right now, just trying to take care of my shoulders and working on increasing that range of motion, doing my best. So, solid effort for me today. This was a workout that I was planning on kind of skipping, and so I'm glad that I did it. It's like because of people watching, or even if I'm assuming someone's watching, sort of keeping me holding me accountable, so that if I say I'm going to work out today, well, I better get up and record it and see how it goes. Let's say in a year from now, I stumble back and find this video, and I might be like, oh yeah, I remember that day. Wasn't feeling good, got it done, and now look where I am. Like you can reflect as I improve in health and my fitness improves. The next time, let's say I have a really good day, I can think back, hey, remember when I couldn't do this, or remember how hard this was. Doing hard things and getting stronger makes it when you have to do, eventually you become able to do that thing that was very challenging easily. It might just take a little bit of work, or the same as learning how to play the piano. You might be horrible one day, and then the next day figure it out, and then you're like, oh, remember yesterday when I couldn't figure out this key or this note or my timing or blah, whatever. You're like, oh yeah, I remember when playing the piano was hard. You know what I mean? So I feel like coming back from this heart surgery is like, oh, I've been here before. I remember how hard things can be when you're starting all over again. For me, I'm lucky. I think I maintained a lot of my strength, but at the same time, I do have a lot of insecurities and anxiety when it comes to exercise now. I sort of double check everything, make sure, like today I'm having a kind of a rough day. Still trying to work on my sleep hygiene and certain things that are causing me to not have a good quality sleep, emotional or nutritional. It's something. So I got to work on my sleep hygiene, start sleeping better, and then I feel like as long as I have my nutrition in check, my fitness will improve. However quickly I'm supposed to improve. It's not a race. For me, it's more a reflection, or like the same way that somebody would keep a photo album. I'm gonna keep a record of my journey after heart surgery. I can go from 2 years from now, I'll look back on today and say, oh man, I remember when stretching and doing mobility exercises was very hard. Oh, I remember that one day where I was going to skip my workout. I remember that one day where I had an amazing workout. So trying to keep a record of what's happening for just this time, so I can dedicate a half an hour to an hour at a time just for as an experiment, just to see how much improvement you can see. It's when you do take someone's measurements for their body composition and then compare let's say for a pair of pants, you're a size 42, and then a year later you're a size 32. Well, that's it would be pretty cool to see that transformation. So for me, it's more along the lines of oh man, I cannot run 5 kilometers straight anymore. So right now, goal number 1 is to walk and run workouts until I can run consistently at an even slow pace. As long as I can run faster than I can walk, if I can do that for the whole 5-kilometer race, that's the start. So if I get a 16-minute mile at that pace, and then maybe 6 weeks later I have a 14-minute mile, and then 6 weeks later I have a 12-minute mile, and so on. And it's like 12 minute mile to a even 10-minute mile is a pretty big difference, but it's not a crazy amount of speed difference. It's not like going from you wouldn't be running a 7-minute mile and then all of a sudden being running a 5-minute mile. Like a 5-minute mile is like elite level fitness. So for somebody who's just coming back from something, maybe it's acceptable to go from a 15-minute mile to a 13-minute mile to a 10-minute mile to an 8-minute mile to a 7-minute mile and then to a 6-minute mile, if like you keep progressing all the way. For me, I could see that happening if I lost 55 pounds, and I know that's a very specific number, but it's only because when I was able to do I could never do a 5-minute mile, but I could do a 6-minute mile. And I remember from at the start, I am a very horrible runner. I would run like a 10-minute mile and not be able to progress. And once I slowed it down and started doing like sort of each time I run, go a little bit faster, it's like when you're like let's say a 20-minute mile, well, the next time you test yourself, it's much easier to go from that number to a lower number, and then always having a goal. So if I can, let's say 20-minute mile, which is like walking, and then the next time I do it at a 18-minute mile. Well, the next time I do it, I'm probably going to be able to do it in a 16-minute mile, and then increase by each time I do it, I have a score to beat. It's much less intimidating to do it that way than to go run as hard as you can and get like, let's say you've just out of pure athleticism, but you're out of shape and you decide, I'm going to run a mile, and you run your mile in like 10 minutes, and you're on a scale of 1 to 10, you're like, I don't know, 11 out of 10. You're like, I'm going to throw up. I did a 10-minute mile, I'm going to throw up. That's horrible. The next time you do it, you're probably going to hit the same number. But if you were to start at a lower number, like for example, a 15-minute mile or 16-minute or 20-minute mile, well, hey, of course, I'm going to be able to beat my score more often because I'm starting from something that's not very challenging and then just increasing the intensity moderately, and then like you always have something to beat. Everyone likes to level up. I think it's important for you to, like, this is what I'm learning. It's like when I was younger, if I did like bench press, I remember I would do like a warm up with the bar. I would put a plate on each side and I would do like 10 or 12, and then I would put another 45 on each side because I'm an idiot, and I would do like four to 6 reps, and then I would try to do it again and do 4 to 6 reps, and I'd be stuck. Then when I started to do, okay, I can do 225 once, I'm going to do 50% of that, so that's like 115 or something, and then I'm going to add 5 pounds, and every week I'm going to add 5 pounds. After like, if I were to level up every week, 5 pounds every week, 5 times 52, it's a pretty substantial number increase in strength. Whereas like if I were to say, oh, I'm going to do my max lift once, and then tomorrow I'm going to try to do it again. The volume is very unlikely that you're going to be able to do more than you did the other day. Or if there is, going maximal, you might want to be doing like 5 and then beating your score. Like if you could do 5 by 5, then that makes sense. Every week add 5 pounds, then you can have the same output. If you're just, what I'm learning to do as I'm sort of progressing through this healing process is that I'm sort of taking every time I can beat my high score, it's a victory. So like if I can't run, but I can walk, and then I can run, and then I can run, farther and farther and farther, if I always have a score to beat, the distance to beat or speed per mile, or like how fast is my 400-meter run. If I do a 400-meter run now and be like, whatever that time is, the next time I do it, I could probably beat my score. So that's kind of where we're at. So just rambling on a little bit, and today's a bit of a low day. I'm gonna see if I can recover before jiu-jitsu, and then if I'm not recovered for jiu-jitsu, I'm still gonna go. I'll just work technique and just practice one move at a time. All right, see you later, guys.